What is up? Pokerbrandon here, and I played a hand that was very eye-opening in the sense that it kind of reassures me why I'm still playing 2-3 No Limit Hold'em. What I mean by that is I played a hand at the Gardens Casino in Hawaiian Gardens, California. The buy-in was $200 cap, $100 minimum. That is about a 66 big blind cap. Now, normally, I've been playing 5-5 No Limit Hold'em, 200 big blind deep at a different casino. And I'm used to playing mostly 200 big blind deep poker. And then I recently started playing 100 big blind deep poker, but recently I've just been experimenting with a lot of this 2-3 No Limit Hold'em stuff. The players, they play like they are 100 millionaires. They play like they're rich. And the 5-5 players, I would say, they play like they're poor. And what I mean by that is the guys playing 5-5, they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose money. Whereas the guys playing 2-3, they don't care about the money they're putting in the pot. It seems like money is just paper to them. It is not worth much. Chips are just toys to them. It is not worth much. And it plays very differently to a 5-5 game. Obviously, that's pretty obvious. But I just want to verbally state it in case you don't know how to play poker and you're just watching a random poker video. But anyway, in this hand, I had pocket queens. And I had pocket queens in the hijack, and it folded to me. My VPIP at this point was probably like 1 divided by 60. What is that? Less than 2% VPIP. So like 1/60th VPIP, right? And what I mean by that is actually 1/80th. So probably close to 1% VPIP. What I mean by that is I sat down. It's been over 10 orbits, I would say, at an 8-player table, and I played one hand. The very first hand I played was the first hand I had when I sat down, and after that I did not play a single hand for about an hour. And more than 10 orbits had gone by, more than maybe 15 orbits. So less 1% to 0.5% VPIP. And then I opened to 3x, 3 point something x. I opened to $10 at a 2-3 No Limit Hold'em hand. Now, 5-5 players, especially 200 big blind deep at the Park West Bicycle Casino, they're just gonna fold when I open because they know the number one hand that I have is aces, and then I probably have kings, queens, jacks, ace, king. They're just going to fold, and they're just going to wait one more hand because the very next hand, chances are I'm not going to have a good hand, and they don't need to put themselves in a tough spot. But at a 2-3 No Limit Hold'em game, I opened at $10, and it folded all the way around to the big blind, who seemed to be a recreational guy. And recreational players don't really know how to properly pick spots. So he decided this was the spot he was going to play, and he played it. He played his hand. He made the call on the big line. Flop came out, a 9-8-4 rainbow. Pretty safe flop for holding pocket queens. And he checked. When he checked, the GTO bet here is right around half pot. So that's what I do. I bet half pot, $10, and he makes the call. Sorry, he didn't make the call. He raised me. He raised the guy who hasn't raised a hand pre-flop for 60 hands. That's just a mistake. So after he raises me to 25, I just try to consider whether he knows I am a type player who probably has aces, kings, or queens, or whether he's just oblivious. And I come to the conclusion that he's just more on the oblivious side, and he's doing the typical 2-3 player raise with top pair.
versus a C-bet on a flop. His mistake is just not considering my VPIP when I C-bet that flop. So I decide that I'm going to let him take the aggression here. I'm going to let him raise me here on the flop. I'm going to let him bet the turn. I'm going to call. And then on the river, I'm going to let him bet one more time. And then I will jam. But, so I make the call. We go to a turn. Turn card is a safe 4, which is good because if he had 2-pair, like 9-8, now he got counterfeited and I have a better 2-pair. But he checks. And once he checks now, I think that he is a little bit smarter. I think he does still have like a 1-pair hand, like a 9. And I think he is a little bit wearisome of the 4, which is kind of dumb in a sense. Like, you shouldn't be worried about a 4 there. But I think he was worried about the 4. I have to bet. I have to put money in the pot. I know it sounds weird to say that he put me on a 4, but 2-3 players, they just kind of play like that. He wasn't the guy to put me on an overpair, because if he did, he wouldn't have raised me on the flop. So, I think he was worried about the 4, and I just have to forget about it, though. If he's worried about the 4, I just really can't care if I scare him away. I got to get value out of a top pair. Just hope he calls. So I bet small. I bet 20. And I think that 20 will keep in all of his top pairs. He might even raise. If he raises, I'm going to call because I don't think he has a better hand. So I bet 20 and he makes the call. And when he just makes the call, I think it's just very capped at a pair. River comes and it's a safe 2. And when I see that, I think, okay, it's a safe card. And then he checks. And after he checks, I just got to size how much he would call. And I just think that if he called me on the turn, he doesn't believe that I have a 4. I think if he put me on a 4, he would just fold. If he put me on an overpair, he would just fold. So when the 2 comes, it doesn't really change anything for his 1-pair hand. So I think it'll just put him in a really annoying spot if I jam and I go all in. Because if I go all in, he is just going to put me on a bluff. Because if he didn't put me on a bluff, he would have folded turn. So I jam. And the reason being is I want to get a call from a non-believing pair. I think he is the type of guy to have a 9, which would be top pair. And I think a lot of mistakes that these 2-3 players make is they don't fold their top pairs, their tops. If they have top pair on a board, they rarely fold. It seems like they always believe, on average, most recreational guys at least, they think top pair is always best. So I jam. Player tanks for about 20 seconds, looking at me. And he put me on a bluff because he makes the call. I show my pocket queens, have a good feeling about it. And sure enough, he doesn't want to show his hand. He shakes his head. And then he shows his ace-9 offsuit. Like he had no choice, but he had to make the call. So this video is a little bit longer, a little more rambly, a little bit slower. But I guess I just wanted to slow it down and make a little comparison video about how I got a 5-5 table playing a 200 big blind deep. Players are not going to make this mistake unless they're very new to the game. They're not really going to make the mistake of calling the guy with the lowest VPIP at the table 1 out of 60. What is that, 1.5%? 1 out of 60. They're not going to call him down. They're not going to raise him on a flop. They're not going to raise him pre-flop. They're not going to call him all the way down, and then especially call a river jam the way I played this hand. But yeah, but 2-3 guys will. 2-3 guys, they're I guess they're a little bit newer. So I guess this video and this commentary is made for you poker players who are grinding at 5-5 and happen to be watching this video. You can make a lot of money playing if you drop down and play with the new guys. You play with the recreational guys because they're making more mistakes. I'm Pokerbrandon, and I'm out.